The letter arrived on a Tuesday, thin and smug. "Payment rejected," it read, stamped with the HOA logo and a note at the bottom. "Paper checks no longer accepted. Online payments only. For Margaret Ellis, 74 and careful with every dollar." It felt like a door quietly slammed shut. Margaret had lived in Willow Ridge for 22 years. She paid her dues the same way she always had, by check. Mailed early, with a neat memo line and a carbon copy filed away. She didn't trust apps or portals that demanded passwords and convenience fees. The HOA had never objected before. Until now, late fees followed, then a warning notice, then a lien threat printed in bold. When Margaret called the HOA office, the board president, freshly elected and fond of buzzwords, told her, "We're modernizing. Paper creates errors." Margaret didn't argue. She requested a hearing. At the meeting, the board dismissed her concerns. Checks were inefficient, they said. Online payments were transparent. The policy was final. Margaret nodded, reached into her purse, and placed a small stack of documents on the table. Bank statements, carbon copies, and one unexpected request, a formal audit, as allowed under the association's own bylaws. The room shifted. 2 weeks later, the auditors arrived. They didn't focus on Margaret's rejected checks. They followed the money. What they found was less modern than the board claimed. Online payments were being routed through a third-party processor owned by a relative of the treasurer. Processing fees, small but steady, were siphoned into a consulting account that had never been disclosed to homeowners. Paper checks, inconvenient as they were, had left a clean trail. Digital payments did not. The audit report was blunt. Conflict of interest, improper disclosure, violation of fiduciary duty. The online-only rule, it turned out, had reduced oversight while increasing revenue for exactly one family. The board president resigned the same day the report was released. The treasurer followed a week later. The HOA's attorney recommended reversing the policy immediately and waiving all late fees tied to rejected checks. Margaret received a final letter, this one apologetic. Her account was marked paid in full. Enclosed was a refund check for every fee they had charged her, plus interest. She deposited it quietly, filed the receipt, and continued paying by check. At the next annual meeting, a new rule passed unanimously. No payment method could be rejected without a documented financial reason. Transparency, it turned out, wasn't about technology at all. It was about accountability, and one old-fashioned paper trail had exposed everything.